Welcome to EPG Pathshala. Today we will talk on the topic on attenuation of X-rays. What is the meaning of attenuation? What are the factors that affect the attenuation of X-rays? How do we quantify the attenuation? What are the different coefficients that are defined for the purpose? These are the few topics that we will try to understand in this module. Let us now try to understand the topic in detail. Photons, when traverse through the matter, they may undergo any type of interaction. The interaction may be a coherent scattering or a photoelectric absorption, incoherent scattering also called as Compton scattering, or a pair production. The type of interaction that the photon will undergo will depend on the energy of the incident beam and also on the effective atomic number of the traversed matter. In radiography, an X-ray beam is passed through a portion of the patient body and is projected on the receptor. The beam that emerges out of the body varies in intensity. This variation in intensity is caused by the attenuation of X-rays. Now, what is attenuation? The removal of photons from the incident beam either by absorption or by scattering is called attenuation. The phenomena of attenuation has been explained in the diagram. In order to quantify attenuation, different coefficients have been defined and are named as attenuation coefficient. Attenuation coefficient is defined as a measure of the quantity of radiation attenuated by a material. The extent of attenuation will depend on the thickness of the material. Now, the thickness of material can be expressed either as linear thickness in terms of meters or centimeters, or in terms of mass thickness or density thickness expressed in grams per centimeter squares or electrons per centimeter square. Let us now try to understand the different types of attenuation coefficients. The first coefficient in the type is the linear attenuation coefficient. Linear attenuation coefficient is symbolized using the symbol mu. It is defined as the fraction of photons of monoenergetic gammas or X-rays removed per unit thickness of the material. The formula for the linear attenuation coefficient is shown on the screen, and the same concept is explained in the diagram. The next type of attenuation coefficient is mass attenuation coefficient. This coefficient came into existence because the linear attenuation coefficient depends on density. Mass attenuation coefficient is independent of density. Mass attenuation coefficient is expressed as mu by rho, where mu is the linear attenuation coefficient and rho is the density of the material. So, mass attenuation coefficient is independent of density, and here the area mass is considered, not the whole mass. Area mass is something which denotes the mass of the particular area. The mass attenuation coefficient is the rate of photon interactions per unit area mass. Now, we know that area mass is the thickness multiplied by the density. So, the attenuation produced by or caused by the area mass is the mass attenuation. Mass attenuation coefficient is expressed as per gram per centimeter square. The concept of mass attenuation is explained in the adjoining figure. This particular graph explains how the mass attenuation coefficient of a particular material varies with energy. The materials described here include high atomic number material, that is lead, sodium iodide, low atomic number water and air. The electronic attenuation coefficient corresponds to the number of electrons in unit area of the foil. It is obtained by dividing the mass attenuation coefficient by the number of electrons per gram. The unit for electron attenuation coefficient is centimeter square per gram, and it is very small as compared to the mass attenuation coefficient. Atomic attenuation coefficient is the fraction of X-ray or gamma photons that are attenuated by a single photon. This attenuation coefficient is obtained by dividing the mass attenuation coefficient by the total number of atoms. The dimension for atomic attenuation coefficient is meter square per atom or centimeter square per atom. The relationship between the atomic attenuation coefficient and electronic attenuation coefficient is obtained by multiplying the atomic attenuation coefficient by its atomic number. This table shows the relationship between different types of attenuation coefficient. The linear attenuation coefficient is mu. The mass attenuation coefficient is obtained by dividing the linear attenuation coefficient by the density of the material. The electronic attenuation coefficient is obtained by dividing the mass attenuation coefficient by the total number of electrons, and the atomic attenuation coefficient is obtained by dividing the mass attenuation coefficient by the total number of atoms present. Now moving on to the factors that affect the attenuation of X-rays in a medium. The factors that affect the attenuation of X-rays include the energy of the incident beam, the atomic number of the traversed material, the thickness of the traversed medium, and the density of the medium. So in this particular slide, we will try to understand how the attenuation varies with the energy of the incident beam. The higher X-ray energies have higher penetration. So the attenuation because of the high energy component is less. So we can say that the attenuation is inversely proportional to the energy of the incident beam. More is the energy of the incident beam, lesser will be the attenuation, and less is the energy of the incident beam, more will be the attenuation. The same is explained in the graph. Thickness of attenuator also affects the attenuation. If the thickness of the attenuator is more, the amount of attenuation would be more, and if the thickness of attenuator is less, the amount of attenuation would be less. The third factor which affects the attenuation is the density of the attenuator. The amount of attenuation is inversely proportional to the density of the medium. If the density of the medium through which the X-rays are traversing is more, the attenuation would be more. If the density of the medium through which the X-rays are traversing is less, the attenuation would be more. The fourth factor on which the attenuation depends is the atomic number of the material. The higher the atomic number of the material, more will be the attenuation, and lower the atomic number of the material, lesser will be the attenuation. So the relationship between attenuation and atomic number of the medium is direct. The same concept is explained in the graph. This particular table summarizes the factors that affect attenuation. In order to explain the table, if we take a one particular medium, for example air, then it can be seen that if the energy increases, the attenuation decreases because of the increase in the penetrability of the radiation. The attenuation of monoenergetic beam of X-rays is exponential in nature. For a monoenergetic beam of photons incident upon either a thick or thin slabs of material, an exponential relationship exists between the number of incident photons and the number of transmitted photons. The formula for the exponential relationship is given on the screen. Here n is the number of transmitted photons, n0 is the number of incident photons, mu is the linear attenuation coefficient, and x is the thickness of the traversed material. The concept of exponential attenuation is shown in the adjoining figure. This particular slide explains how the monochromatic radiation is attenuated. Monochromatic radiation is attenuated exponentially. So from each particular thickness of the slab, a fixed percentage of photons are removed, and finally we get the transmitted photons, and we can see that the attenuation is exponential in nature by seeing the exponential nature of the curve on the screen. The attenuation of polychromatic X-rays is different from the attenuation of monochromatic X-rays. Polychromatic X-rays have spectrum of energies. When these spectrum of energies pass through a medium, the softer energy components of X-rays are eliminated from the incident beam. So, the attenuation of the polychromatic X-rays doesn't follow the exponential law strictly. The graph on the screen shows the attenuation of polychromatic radiation. It can be seen that the graph doesn't follow the exponential law strictly. If the same graph is plotted on the semi-log paper, the curve for the monoenergetic beam is straight, whereas the curve for the polychromatic beam is not straight. The topic on half value layer is associated with the penetrability of photons. Half value layer is the amount of thickness of the material required to cut down the radiation to half of its original value. The half value layer of a beam is indirect measure of the energies of a beam. Half value layer of a material for a particular energy of the beam is defined for the narrow beam geometry. Narrow beam geometry or the good beam geometry excludes the scattered component from the beam and includes only the transmitted photons. The same concept is explained in the diagram. However, in the broad beam geometry, the scattered photons are also included. That means that the detector sees the scattered photons along with the transmitted photons. Now, there exists a relationship between the attenuation coefficient mu and the half value layer. For monoenergetic photons under narrow beam geometry, the probability of attenuation remains the same for each additional HVL thickness placed in the beam. The formula for the half value layer is given on the screen, and it can be seen that the half value layer is equal to 0.693 divided by mu, that is, more is the attenuation coefficient, lesser will be the value of the half value layer. The next term involved is the 10th value layer. It is defined as the amount of thickness required to reduce the intensity of radiation to 1/10 of its original value. There is a relationship between the 10th value layer and the half value layer. 10th value layer is approximately 3 times the value of the half value layer. So the topic can be concluded by saying that in this particular topic on attenuation of X-rays, we have understood how an X-ray beam is attenuated, what are the factors that affect the attenuation of X-rays. There is a difference between the attenuation of monochromatic X-rays and the polychromatic X-rays. The second half value layer for a polychromatic X-rays is more than a monochromatic X-rays. There is an understanding now on the topic on broad beam and the narrow beam geometry, and we have understood that the beam gets hardened as it moves through different thicknesses of material. Hope this lecture will help you in understanding the topic in detail and will help you in future. Thank you.